Yep, you read that title right. 0 sales, not even one. I launched my first product, poured my heart into it, and got crickets. But that failure, it turned out to be the most profitable thing I ever did. Hey there, boss lady. If you are new here, I'm Angela. I was a teacher for 18 years, and I started a business right in the middle of my teaching career. And now I'm a full-time creator, helping women of faith turn their story and their skills into a profitable creator business. Welcome to the Little Oil Podcast. This podcast is inspired straight from the pages of Scripture. 2 Kings chapter 4. It's the story of a widow who thought she had nothing left, but discovered that the oil she already had was more than enough to multiply. That's what this space is really all about, using your little oil to build overflow. Today, I am recovering from being under the weather, but I'm here because in today's episodes, I am pulling back the curtain on 3 lessons I learned from making $0. Lessons that help me rebuild, realign, and finally create income that actually lasts. You'll see what I did wrong, what I discovered about myself, and what shifted that finally made everything start to work. And if you are a tactical girl like me and you want to see what this looks like in action, after this video, head over to my playbook videos. I post those on Tuesdays. I filmed a full video breaking down this mistake step by step. It's part of my 7 Mistakes series, and it'll help you turn what you learned here into a real plan. If you have ever launched something that flopped, this podcast episode is for you. I remember refreshing my screen repeatedly, watching the numbers stay at 0. And thinking, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe just being a teacher is all that I am going to be able to do. But what I learned from that moment taught me more about profit than any sale ever could. It was almost as if the 0 sales was what I needed. I'll explain more in detail because I know you're thinking, Angela, that's ridiculous. But I'm telling you, it's the journey that I would never, ever change. Let's talk about what that failure revealed. So here's the thing. When your product doesn't sell, you start asking yourself questions that shake your confidence, because that's what happened to me. It shakes your confidence, it shakes your faith, and it definitely shakes your focus. And because I started to lack confidence and my faith started to fade and I was totally unfocused, I began to ask myself questions, and it was questions of doubt. I was in shock. Let's talk about the shock. What do you do when you've done everything, the product, the post, the prayer, and still no one is buying? You stop seeing it as punishment and you start seeing it as proof. God is not denying your oil, sis. He's directing it. That launch wasn't rejection. That silence, it wasn't failure. It was feedback. So now is where the clarity comes in. The clarity that you need. Was my idea wrong? No. Was the approach wrong? Perhaps. You built something good. You just built it in isolation. What I learned is this. I built something good, but I built it in isolation. I skipped validation. I realized I was creating what I thought people needed, not what they actually were searching for. And that might be the mistake you're making too. Profit starts with people, not products. The oil doesn't really flow until you start pouring it into the right vessels. So I know you're asking or wondering, Angela, how do I get my confidence back after the failure? Well, number one, don't see it as failure. What I would do is I would bounce back when what you think is failure bruises your confidence. Remember your oil. The widow in 2 Kings 4 didn't throw away the little she had left. She poured again. So what I did is I went back, talked to my audience, asked better questions, and realized the next product was sitting right inside of this one. The one that I thought that failed. Sometimes God will let the first thing flop so you'll finally focus on the right thing. That's what happened to me. So now about that profit. Well, was 0 sales really profitable? Absolutely. That failure that I thought was failure at the time, it paid me in feedback. It paid me in humility, and it paid me in systems. It forced me to learn validation, messaging, automation, the same structure that now earns me income every single day. That first flop that I thought was a flop, it bought me my freedom, because I'm a full-time creator now. But that real revelation though, let's talk about that real revelation. You see, what I didn't see coming was what God showed me through the failure. He reminded me that profit wasn't just about numbers. It's about alignment. That launch didn't fail because I lacked skill. It failed because I was building from striving. I was building from pure ambition, not stewardship. And once I surrendered my oil, God multiplied it. So yes, I had 0 sales, but it was the most profitable thing I ever accomplished. And if you've been there, or if you're there right now and you're building something, but it didn't sell, I want you to join me inside my little oil challenge. And in just 5 days, you will walk away with a completed digital sellable product, a storefront with a system to sell your product, and a launch that you can be confident about. I will help you refine what you already have or create what you need to have, where it can be validated fast and turned into a product that actually sells and make you money. But not just money, because that's not what women of faith build products for. We build with purpose and profit in mind. Excuse me. Boss lady, your oil isn't empty. It's evolving. Your little oil is enough, and it's time that you multiply it. Click the link in the description and join me inside the Little Oil Challenge. It's Angela here with the Little Oil Podcast. And until next time, what will you do with your little oil? Bye for now.